Hey everyone, this is Ryan from the Often Pacing team. If you just started playing Often Pacing, or maybe you've been playing for a while, you have probably realized it's really difficult to get started. There's been people playing for months now, and kind of starting at the ground floor can be overwhelming and difficult. Plus, there's a lot to learn just in how to play the game. So what we've decided to do is a little walkthrough video. I'm going to compete with Landon, another member of the Often Pacing team, and we're going to see how well we can get two stables started, starting from square one. So I'm going to go ahead and do the first step, which is creating my stable. Make it something easy. I'll go with OAP Ryan, and Landon can go with OAP Lando. So the first thing you're going to do when you get into the game is create a horse. I don't want to have to try to think of a name, so I'm going to go ahead and click on the little light bulb. I like that one. I'm going to go with expected green, and I want a filly. Okay. The first thing you do when you get into the game is you'll notice a little blue bubble with a 1 beside it over my horses. So that horse that we got for free to start the game with is waiting for me in my horses here. And, oh, I was expecting green and I got a whole bunch of yellow. So I think we're off to a tough start here in day one. So if you tap on the horse anywhere except for those 3 little icons, it'll bring up your action buttons. And I'm going to want to look for a race for this horse. So I click on enter race. And I'm going to make sure that the stakes races and claiming races don't show up. A claiming race is a race in which anybody has the option to buy your horse out of. So I don't want anyone to take my horse from me yet, even though she doesn't look very good early on. So I'm not going to put her in any claiming races. Okay, so for those who haven't been playing the game, this top bar is your horse's speed. Second bar is your horse's stamina. Third bar is your horse's gait speed. And the last one is the horse's heart. So the most important is the top bar, the speed bar. At this point of the 2-year-old season, we're in week 44, so right at the end of the season. There's a lot of 2-year-olds out there with kind of this bar at least half full. So I think we're a little bit behind, and our stamina seems really weak. So we're going to want to try to find this horse a nice, easy race somewhere. So what we look for in a easy race, the lower purses will typically be with less quality horses. The people with the great horses want to go for the most money and earn the most coins. And we also want to make sure that the conditions under the type column are fairly restrictive, so that we're racing against a horse our own age, only against other fillies, and ones that haven't done a lot in their career either. So I'm going to have to try to find something really easy. This one, the conditions at National Downs here are 2-year-olds non-winners of 250 per start. So the only horses who are eligible to this are 2-year-olds who have earned less than 250 coins per start in their life, which is really, really low. The winner of this race is going to get 7,000 coins. So anybody who's really won any races won't qualify for this race. So I think that's probably a good one for us to aim for. It's at 6:36 tonight. So we'll go ahead and select that one, and then we tap on select driver. And I'm going to want a fairly non-aggressive driver for this horse, because I don't think she's really going to be a favorite to win. I need somebody who's going to give her a good trip. And I don't really know these drivers all that well yet, so maybe I'll pick one of the featured drivers and watch to see how they do. So I'm going to pick Drew Monty here, since he's got the higher average of the 2 featured drivers. So now that I've entered to race, there's not anything I can really do with this horse until 6:36 p.m. So we have to wait for this horse to race and check back to see how she does. I imagine I might be looking to sell this horse pretty quickly to get me some coins, because I don't think she's going to earn me much and help me build my stable that way. So next thing I'm going to do right now is try to figure out what I want to do with my coins. The game started me with 40,000 coins, which I could go and buy a second horse. So right now I get a second horse for 20,000 coins. That's a really good price. Typically a horse ends up costing 200,000, but you get a couple cheaper ones to help you get started in the game. I do believe we're going to want to buy the second horse maybe right away. Fillies tend to carry more value right now because people want to breed them. So I'm going to go with a filly, and I'm going to use the idea bulb to get me a name again. Slow Caitlin. I don't think we want our horse to be slow, so let's see if we can go with Speedy Caitlin here. Okay, there we go. We got a green speed 2-year-old. So if you compare expected green to Speedy Caitlin, it's pretty clear that Caitlin's quite a bit faster, but also low stamina. So we're going to have to get her into a relatively easy race as well. So I want to keep her against just 2-year-olds. And I don't want her to race against my other horse. So maybe I'm going to drop her in at Century Mile here at 6:57 p.m. And I want to get a look at a couple different drivers. So I had Drew Monty on the other one. Let's try out a different driver. Let's use Dan, who sold us the horse, and see how he does. Okay, so we've started off. We've got 2 horses who are both entered to race. If you want to come back and check when your races are, if you tap on your stable name at the top, so if I tap on OAP Ryan, it'll bring me to my stable profile page. From there, I can tap on upcoming races and see all my upcoming races. My post position draw will come out 1 hour before the first race at that track. So if I check back in, say, an hour before the race, I'll have known my post position, and from there I can look at the program and see kind of if my horse is in a good position. I think they're going to have a good chance to win. So today is day 1. The goal is going to be to destroy Landon's stable and outperform him, and see if we can make a competitive stable in a relatively short period of time. I'll check back in a few hours and upload another video soon so that you can track with me on the progress and see how we do.